Hi, Glenn Bischoff, Editor-in-Chief of Urgent Communications Magazine at IWCE 2013 in Las Vegas. And I'm speaking with Greg Henderson, Director of Product Management for Harris. Greg, thanks a lot for taking time out to talk to us during this busy event.
Oh, happy to. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. The first question, Greg, let's just jump right into it. One of the key messages for Harris right now concerns delivering high value, and the new Vita Premier line plays right into that. What can you tell us about it?
Thanks, Glenn. Well, Harris has been offering a Vita core for our customers, which is an IP-based core for many years. And one of the key technologies, since we went to an IP-based technology, we can leverage the latest in IP technology, and that latest technology that we've leveraged is virtualization. So in our Vita Premier line, we've taken a rack that used to be 10 rack of equipment and each an individual server for each individual function, and we've consolidated that through virtualization into just 2 rack units. And then through that virtualization, you can run a completely redundant set of those virtual units on a second set of equipment, which is either co-located for high availability locally or remotely located for full geo-redundant high availability. And so now it's a very scalable solution. Can start small for a smaller customer that has a smaller system, and then you can scale that up to local redundancy and then full geo-redundancy, leveraging that virtualization technology.
Very interesting. Well, Greg, another key message for Harris right now concerns convergence. And as I understand things, the company has a new tablet device that plays right into that concept. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Glenn, thank you. So one of the keys is that our network offering, our P25 network offering, is a converged network, which offers that kind of P25 capabilities over narrowband radios, our traditional narrowband radios. This is our XT25, one of our value tier lines, as well as through the convergence offering of our Beyond application on devices, can provide that same converged offering on broadband capable devices. And so a single core supports communication over narrowband or broadband. This tablet that we're announcing here is actually designed to operate on both commercial carrier LTE networks and band 14 LTE. So this single converged network, which you would get from Harris, provides a future-proof capability to provide LMR and LTE in a converged offering and converged over commercial carriers and the band 14 FirstNet network.
Sounds great. Now, Greg, the last piece of the puzzle that I'd like to talk about today is the new console that Harris introduced this week. As I understand it, it works currently on the Maestro platform, but eventually it will work on the Symphony platform when that's released later this year. What are the details?
Thanks, Glenn. Yeah, we're very pleased to announce our Symphony console platform. This is the console platform here. So in our current console, the Maestro console you can see over here, you have a rack mount PC and a bunch of audio interfaces that go with it. Now we've taken all that capability and integrated it into a single rack unit. So this console today can run the Maestro software, and then we'll upgrade to our full Symphony console later in the year. And so this single unit has a very superior audio performance, as well as when the Symphony console comes out, it has a much improved user experience. It's a much more modern user experience designed around dispatchers. So for example, I can show you a couple things here on the screen. You can build your own screens and have your own information about your different groups and your different zones, and you can create your own patches. And so it has a very kind of customizable user interface. Just for example, if I was sitting here in this zone screen, say there was an emergency declared, it immediately comes up and you see the emergency. I can use the mouse if I'd like, but on a touch screen I can acknowledge that emergency and then clear that emergency. And if I wanted to get more information or see it, for example, I could come over here and I could open up the history about that emergency, and if I click on here I get more information. In addition, one of the other capabilities of this Symphony console is we're announcing a different user interface that we call the baton. So this is the baton on the bottom, and you can see, so imagine that there was a CAD screen here. This baton has all the capabilities that you have, nearly all the capabilities that you have in the full screen, just in a compressed user interface. So you can take this baton console and put it on top of, say, your CAD system and have our console on top of whatever CAD system you might have in a dispatch center.
So it makes it really a lot more efficient for the dispatcher.
A lot more efficient for the dispatcher, yeah.
Well, it's obviously been another great show for Harris, so thanks so much for walking us through it.
Thank you.